Hello, beautiful souls, and thank you for visiting The Goddess Within. My name is Marianne, and I will be doing a general reading for the collective for the new moon in Virgo, which is happening on August the 27th. What I've done is I have pulled 2 cards out just to set the theme and to set our space. And as you know, new moons are often signifiers of a time for new beginnings. Let me preface this too by saying that I am in no means an astrologer. So what I will be providing for you today is just really general context of the meaning of the new moon and it being the new moon in Virgo, what the zodiac sign of Virgo means. So for new moons, generally, it is a fresh start. You know, it's a time where we take our first step towards something new. It is also a time to place emphasis on your health and well-being, a fresh start. So wherever you are in your journey currently, it allows you to see the grass to be greener on the other side as you move through the arches and move through the gateway into the new moon. Now, with it being in Virgo, the Virgo is standing energetically for integrity, reverence, and service. So I am going to read from the Heavenly Bodies Astrology for the guidebook of Virgo. Oops, here we go. In mythology, virgin energy means whole and complete. And similarly, Virgo, the virgin goddess, asks you to strip away the not you layers that clog your vessel. These may be unhealthy habits, toxic relationships, or damaging thought patterns. This cleansing force comes to guide your body, mind, and spirit back to its natural state of grace. This humble energy knows the most profound way to create change is through small, consistent actions. So, what are your daily embodied rituals? Are they in support of your higher self and ultimate purpose? Service your life so you may be of service to self, spirit, and others. So you're called upon to go inward, pay attention to detail, and create rituals. And more importantly, being of service. You may hear me use pronouns in the reading. Please do not pay that any attention. I just want you to feel the energy. I've already meditated on your cards and cleared your space. So let us begin. So let us start with, let me just get organized. So what do our beautiful souls need to know and prepare for the new moon in Virgo? What do you need to know to prepare for the new moon in Virgo? We have is focus on the positive, see the bigger picture and work through your feelings. Oddly enough, the shadow side of Virgo is they're overly perfectionist, self-critical, and have impossibly high standards. Truth be told, I do have a daughter who is in the sign of Virgo, and that shadow self to a T, no doubt. You don't have to be a Virgo to embody those shadows, those shadow qualities, and those shadow qualities. And I don't really want to call them shadow qualities. They're just your qualities. They're not good. They're not bad. But anybody can embody the Virgo sign. And we all have these moments of things needing to be perfectionist. Being perfect, self-criticism. And with these cards coming out, seeing the bigger picture, focus on the positive and working through your feelings, tells me that there may be a lot of us who are in that space. Remember, there is no judgment here. We have all in one way or another have walked in that space where that presentation needed to be perfect. And a B+ was not good enough, or an E- wasn't good enough. We've all been through that space. But what you're being called to do for this new moon and the beginnings and starting fresh is to perhaps, being accepting of the picture that is in front of us, or the person that's in front of us when you look in the mirror. And there's a lot of working through that. Not everybody has the ability to sit and stare at themselves in the mirror for quite some time and look deep into your eyes and into your soul and work through the emotion that bubble up. And I feel that we are being called to do so. We talk about new moons as new beginnings, as a new journey, as an opportunity to manifest. And although that is true, it is also important for us to make space for ourselves. So perhaps that new beginning, or working through your feelings, is really us as a collective turning the self-talk into a positive self-talk. And thinking about why we give ourselves the self-talk, the negative self-talk. And I just feel that this is really what this new moon in Virgo is about for some of us. To me, seeing the bigger picture, if we go on the theme of working through our own feelings, is really not pinpointing our faults, but realizing that we are all beautifully broken, and that the image in front of you and all the parts makes up who you are, and that is beautiful, and that you are beautiful. The scars, the hurts, the pains that you've experienced in your life made you into this beautiful soul that stands in front of the mirror today and every day. And look, we have a new moon in Sag and a full moon in Sagittarius. I'm going to draw more cards on this one here. But I want, looking at yourself in a positive light, moving yourself from darkness to light is your bigger picture. There's so much beauty in you than you realize. So much. Tell us more about working through your feelings. Expand on that and what it means for us as we move through the new moon in Virgo. So we have your dreams need a practical plan. And surrender to the divine. We have a lot of full moons here. We have a full moon in Taurus, we have the regular full moon, and then we have the full moon in Sagittarius, all marking of new beginnings, the full moon energy. I like that. It's our time. It's our time to step, surrender. And for those who use the full moon as a time of manifestation, you're being called to do so. But as you manifest, you can't just manifest and put your dreams and wishes out there. You need to do the work, right? So even if you're manifesting for a certain thing that you wish to have in your life, what are you going to be doing to put that plan in place? Right? So once we've released our hopes, our dreams, our wishes, our manifestations into the universe, although you are being called to surrender or being called to release it up into the universe, that's when the universe starts putting things in place for you to allow your hopes, your dreams to come to fruition. But at the same time, you're still asked to set the wheels in motion. And for working through your feelings, perhaps it's something that you need to do. You're manifesting for abundance or being debt-free, right? And sometimes when our relationship with money, that's as an example, relationship with money, we need to work through our emotions, through our feelings, our thoughts about money, right? So once we work through that, we'll be able to, set the manifestation, the divine and the universe start to puts everything in motion for you, starts providing you with little messages and how you can become debt-free. what the first part is. And then you need to have, you know, a plan in place, and that would be to work through the emotions in your relationship with money. Right? Okay, so let's pull more, the bridging energy with focusing on the positive and seeing the bigger picture as it relates to the new moon in Virgo. What do you need to know? Emotions are running high and stepping out of your comfort zone, which is a supermoon in North Node. Again, sometimes seeing the big picture and focusing on the positive of who we are does bring up a lot of emotions and discomfort, and it's through that inner work. You have to get through the you have to get through the inner work to stay focused. You know, you have to kind of go through the discomfort, and as they say, there's comfort in the discomfort, because at the end of the discomfort there is acceptance and comfort. And I feel like that comfort is in reach for you. It's not that far, but we do need to do the work. We do need to see the bigger picture of who we are and stay focused on the positive sides of us. You know, if to do that inner work means asking around your friends, your family, well, that's third party, but if you were to ask them, what would they say about you? Right? What is it that they would say about your beautiful soul? And can you carry those positive characteristics of why they love you, why they adore you? And do you see what they see? And you're being called to sit with those characteristics that they find so endearing about you. And see through their eyes the beauty of your soul. So even though these are separate, you know, working through your feelings, there is some type of correlation, because in both instances you do need to work through your feelings and your emotions. Tell us more about working through your feelings, your dreams, and the practical plan, and surrendering to the divine. Breath is life, and the soul. I feel that this could be with either pile or for both. It's not just a bridging energy for working through your feelings. And I just talked to you about looking deep into, at the beginning, is looking in the mirror, looking in your eyes, and seeing the beautifully broken soul that you are. Knowing that your experiences shaped you to who you are today. And if it means being silent and just sitting for a moment, closing your eyes and taking the breath, then do so. And as you're taking your breath, you're going to be inhaling the goodness and beauty of who you are. And then you're going to exhale any negative self-talk that you give yourself. Turning your I can'ts to the I can and being the I am. Okay, let's pull some cards. What does the collective know? Need to know that the new moon in Virgo. How are we to prepare? Okay, here we go. All right. I'm going to read this temptation. I have never received this card before. With the temptation, the Six of Coins, and the Ace of Wands. Let's start with temptation. Let's read temptation, and then that way that mystic set the stage for the other two. I don't want to get temptation wrong. There we go, temptation. So it is desire, lust, sexuality, addictions, fear, abuse, unhealthy attachment. So temptation can denote an opportunity to bring any negative influence into conscious awareness. Freedom and balance may come if consistent action is taken. We need to talk about that too, right? It can also represent sexuality in the deepest of fantasies. It could reflect any unhealthy attachments that need to be addressed. I find that interesting that we talked about that because of the shadow work and the Virgo. If you recall, what I did say and what was read in this book was that, you know, you are asked to strip away the not you layers that clog your vessels. These may be unhealthy habits, toxic relationships, or damaging thought patterns. And here we are pulling cards, and what comes out is temptation and the meaning of temptation. We are in that space where we are consciously aware of how much we give ourselves to unhealthy in relationships, whether it be a romantic, friendship, work, career. How much we give and give of ourselves. But not all is lost with the Ace of Wands, because you're being told that even though you're consciously aware of the unhealthy relationships that you have where you're continuously giving of yourself, you are receiving the Ace of Wands because this conscious revelation that you currently have and that you are being called to sit with, you are being called to work through the emotions, right? You're being called to look in deep into your soul. And seeing the bigger picture of these relationships that you may have, of you giving yourself, that in the end there is victory is yours. that. And in your darkness there is light. And in the snow and in the storm, you'll be able to weather the storm. I find it interesting that this is the theme for the new moon in Virgo. Okay. So let's continue on with, tell us more about temptation. Okay. Queen of Water. Oh, the Nine of Cups reversed. And the Equestrian of Earth reversed. This temptation that you are, that temptation energy that you are currently in, okay. Has made you feel less than. Oh, my card. Has made you feel, with the Nine of Cups reversed, when I say less than, it's just that it's no longer fulfilling, right? You haven't protected yourself, hence why the Six of Coins, always giving and giving and giving, that you've let down your guard. But it's also a time where you recognize, right? You're being too intuitively told. It's time to make a change, right? Having you recognize that you give too much of yourself. Can you expand a little bit on the Queen of Water, the Nine of Cups reversed, and the Equestrian of Coins reversed, please? Oh, look at that. Definitely a relationship. It's a tower moment of your relationship. It's a realization. So for some of you, you may be going through a difficult time with your partner. And because you're being intuitively told that you are losing yourself, not protecting yourself, the universe has provided you a tower moment in your relationship. And look at this. Did we not say that we need to surrender to the divine? And how that correlates it as one. Can you tell us the outcome of the Tower moment and the Two of Cups? Outcome of the Tower and the Two of Cups. We have the Emperor, the Four of Swords, and the Two of Coins. With the Two of Coins on its side, there's that, okay, let's start here. With the Four of Swords, you're being called to rest. Which is here, connected to breath and life. Look at this. In your resting state, you're going to receive the information and the downloads. So this is where the Queen of Water energy comes through for you. Where you will need to sit. You need to sit and make a decision. You're going to be provided with choices, and you're going to need to make a decision is what you need to do. But with the Emperor energy, I just feel that there will be stability in your outcome. It's positive, the Emperor energy, right? You'll move from this unprotective state to a protective state or energy with the Emperor. And that resting period that you will need to do is going to show you, tell you the downloads you will receive will show you what you need to do to move from the unprotective energy to a protective energy, right? To move from instability to stability. But the choice in the end is yours to make. Let's expand on the Ace of Wands. And remember, regardless, victory is yours. You're in your power with the Ace of Wands energy. Tell us more about the Ace of Wands energy, please. What do we need to know about the Ace of Wands energy during the new moon in Virgo? Ace of Wands energy, please. It's a celebration. Potentially it could be a celebration with the Three of Cups. Right? And I believe that the reason why that it hasn't yet moved upwards is because you're still in that decisive, you still need to make the decision. You're still deciding whether or not to decide. But here, with the Ace of Wands, there is a celebration, there's a gathering of friends. You know, you're being called also for some to rely on your friendship, to your family, for the help if you require the help that you need to move through the energy. Okay, so we'll leave that as there, and we'll continue on with here. Just to recap, is to see the bigger picture. Emotions are running high. Step out of your comfort zone, and the bridging energy for that is we're going to focus on the positive. Those here, and then that was a soul, which could have gone either way. So let's expand here on the emotions. This pile here. Let's see the bigger picture as it relates to emotions are running high. Focus on the positive, stepping out of our comfort zone, and the soul. What do we need to know? What do we need to know here? Okay. So we have the Ten of Swords, the Nine of Coins, the Seeker of Air, and the King of Fire. When I see this, the Ten of Swords, I'm thinking that you need to bow down to your emotions. Accept the emotions as they are and allow them to flow through you. I feel like you are being given, actually, this, when I saw this, I feel like someone is giving you the Ace of Wands. Someone is providing you with the victory. Victory is going to be handed to you through, and you can see that through the abundance that you receive in the Nine of Coins. But there's this feeling of letting go. So as you sit with the emotions, and as the emotions are running deep inside of you and weighing you down perhaps, you're being called to release. To release the emotions. Right? Allow yourself to step out of the comfort zone. So you're going to release your emotions and allow yourself to kind of be vulnerable with them. Right? Not to hold on to them so deep inside, not being able to share them. You're being called to share those emotions, release them into the universe, release them in any way you can. Because at the end, what you are going to be given is victory. What you're going to be given is abundance. Once you are able to release, once you're able to release what's holding you down, what's weighing you down, something beautiful, you allow something more you're going to allow something beautiful to come in through you, to come in for you. But there has to be that purging of your soul. There needs to be a purging of your soul to allow the abundance that is going to be given to you in. What is the outcome for this energy here? The Ten of Swords, the Seeker of Air, King of Fire, and the Nine of Coins. For the new moon in Virgo, the outcome, the Five of Wands, and Strength. You are so much stronger than you ever know. And you will know. And there is strength in releasing the emotion. There is strength in surrendering into your emotions. And that strength is going to be with you as you continue on your journey. Right? This Five of Wands energy is this preparation of letting go. And for some, it's a preparation, it's a battle, because it's an inner battle, because it's not easy for some to be able to be vulnerable. It's not easy for some to be able to release. It's not easy for some to share. But there is strength in doing so, and you're being reminded of this strength. Because of this strength, it's going to make you stronger. We are going to close this reading. The final messages from Spirit. This final messages that we have for the collective for this new moon in Virgo. Grieving. Look at that. And grieving can go either way. The grieving of your loss. And the grieving is the emotions that you are experiencing that you need to release. In this section, it could be the grieving of your tower moment. The grieving of the temptation, or the grieving of losing yourself as you know it to be. If that makes sense. So, my beautiful souls, I am going to leave it here. Thank you so much for visiting me today. I am truly grateful and appreciate of your energy. I hope something resonated here for you today, and if not, please leave it behind. Don't take it with you. And if something does resonate, please subscribe to the channel. Press the bell to be notified of my next reading. It also lets me know that you've enjoyed my reading as much as I've enjoyed reading it for you. Also, in the next couple of days with this new moon energy in Virgo, I'll be going a little bit more specific into your sign, so look out for that next week and then the week after. And what I will be doing is going from the new moon, and I'm going to benchmark it. So everything that you need to know from August 27th on through to the harvest full moon in September, which takes place September 10th. So we'll go a little bit deeper and look into your energies from that time frame, from one to the other. Have yourself a beautiful day, my beautiful souls, and namaste.